I say all that to say, it's not that we're not gonna talk about no stuff tonight, because there's some stuff we're gonna talk about tonight, but we're gonna analyze the stuff because we're gonna be media analyzing, social media analyzing, media analyzing, and all this other shit. And what we're gonna start with is, yes, goddamn it, that was a goddamn Nazi salute. Nigga! So Elon Musk was speaking at a inaugural, I think that was like the inaugural parade that they had at the Capital One Center in Washington, D.C. They took it inside because it was cold as fuck outside. I really did see the Mississippi Valley State. Remember we talked about them a few weeks ago, whether or not they were going to be able to go to that parade because they were looking to raise money to go. Well, I saw they ass performing for Donald Trump. What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn! What? Fuck! Yeah, man, I saw they were performing there. And one of the things I thought about, man, is because I'm trying to think what was the other school that had been asked to perform at the last Donald Trump inauguration. And I believe it was an HBCU. They were asking folks, can they, to raise money for them. And a lot of those MAGA people actually raised that money for them in spite of, right? And so one of the things I was thinking about when we were talking about Snoop and Rick Ross and Nelly and Soulja Boy, all those guys going out there to perform for Donald Trump and whatnot, is that, ultimately, I'm not putting these kids in the same vein as these guys. I think these kids, this is just there's a distinct difference between the two for me. These kids, this is an opportunity of a lifetime for them. Many of them, despite how they may feel about Donald Trump, would still like to go for the experience. To be denied the experience, would probably be like, well, fuck, man, that was an opportunity taken from me and everything else. It's something about the kids, man. Like I just look at it differently. I still wouldn't go donate for the ass to go, but I see that differently. Yes, but they were, and one of the reasons why I would not have paid for them to go is because there was a Nazi salute that was being had at the exact same fucking parade, right? So Elon Musk was at this parade, and he was of course he was celebrating the fact that Donald Trump won this election, and I believe we got a video of this. Let me see if I can pull this up so you guys can watch right along with your man Span. I'm sure there's video of this. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we get this from the Fox 5 affiliate in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. Fuck, y'all beat my Lions. I'm still salty about that shit. But let me pull this video so you guys can watch right along with your man Span. Hold on just a second while I do this. And let's just take a look at this. And y'all tell me. I mean, I know what a Nazi salute look like. I'm sure y'all probably know what a Nazi salute looks like. But they trying to tell us that this wasn't a Nazi salute. So check this out, y'all. We're gonna replay that. Yep. One more time. All right. So, have you guys ever seen the movie American History X? That was good. That was a really good movie. Came out in like 1995, 96 or something like that. And it was about this dude who used to be a really big neo-Nazi out in the West Coast and whatnot. And he ends up killing a black guy outside of his home, like curb stomped him, split his head open. They send him to prison, and of course he goes to prison and he gets, so he ends up with a magically black friend, right? And this magically black friend starts making him feel like a fucking fool for being the Nazi that he is. And he comes out and he's renouncing this whole connection to this Nazism and everything else. And his friends they're not really cool with the fact that he's dropping everything he was. They're expecting him to come back a hero and everything, and he's not with it anymore. And there was this one scene where they give him this Sig Heil fucking salute. It was exactly the same one that Elon Musk stood in front of these thousands of people and just fucking did. He did just that. Now, one of the things about how the with the media is that so many of the media now, we're seeing how they are capitulating to the will of this particular administration, where they're scared of being sued. They are really genuflecting. They are bending over backwards to not say the obvious. um People are talking about an awkward gesture. People are worrying about what that symbol actually meant. Folks are saying, oh no, he was sending out his heart. That's what it meant. He was really sending out his heart. It's like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. If I said these meant fuck you, and wait, I'm sorry, these meant I love you instead of fuck you would not believe me. If I say, I'm like, yeah, man, I love the fuck out of you, man. Yeah, I love the fuck out you would not believe me. You'd be like, this nigga is saying like, fuck, he's telling me to fuck myself. He really like, I know what that fucking symbol mean. And like, it's weird watching these people think that they can gaslight us in that way. We about to see a whole bunch of this stuff. We're about to see a whole bunch of this over the next 4 years, man. There's gonna be a whole lot of shit you gonna see where they gonna do some shit, they gonna say some shit, and then when you call them on that shit, they gonna act like that shit wasn't what it was. We, on the other hand, have to not be uh so easily baited into getting upset about it, but also recognizing and calling shit for what it is. I know exactly what that is. You're not going back, you're not going to gaslight me and all this other stuff, right? The other thing too is that you're gonna find yourself, if you haven't pruned your social media, connections and stuff like that. A lot of these Trump supporters now, they're very much emboldened on social media now. If you're not following them, they're gonna still have something to say to you. You do not have to engage them. You don't. Every now and again, I might choose to, just if I'm feeling bored or some shit like that. But you ain't got to engage these folks. You can block these motherfuckers to oblivion. Lead them right there where they at. Lead them right where they at. Because they want that interaction. They are feeding off of the fact that they are like, yo, we are triggering the libs. We are they can't handle it. They are trying to inundate you with a bunch of bullshit. They're trying to flood the zone with a bunch of bullshit and make you feel overwhelmed. Don't give them that opportunity. Do not give them that opportunity. These people know exactly what they're doing. Block their asses. You got the tools to block their asses. So if you're still on Twitter, block their asses. If you're on Threads, block their asses. If you're on fucking Blue Sky, block their asses, mute their asses, hide for everyone. You can actually send these motherfuckers into oblivion, man. You ain't never gotta see none of the bullshit that they talking about. Now, every now and again, like I said, sometimes even your boy, sometimes players fuck up. Sometimes I might want to engage. Sometimes this motherfucker ain't about to say this shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're gonna get in those moods. And trust me, I know I've been there. I was there earlier this morning, right? But understand, this is exactly what they want. They are gonna gaslight the fuck out of everybody. We saw what was that? There was one of the, I want to say was that Elise Stefanik? I forget exactly what department she's trying to get confirmed for, but they asked her about this salute, and she straight up told everybody that they ain't see what the fuck they saw. That they ain't what that was. So understand that this is what it is. This is what they gonna do. Now,